Hi everyone, I'm back making another video. I have not done a story time in so long, and I'm kind of bored right now, and I should be studying, but I'm gonna do a story time, because, I don't know, why not? Okay, I need to stop, obsessing over how I look right now. So, okay, I'm gonna do a story time on the worst guy, one of the worst guys I've ever went on a date with or went out with. And it was actually kind of scary this time. I don't think I've ever been on a more creepy kind of date in my life. I don't even know. It was really weird, and it was at a time where I was drinking a lot. So, yeah. So, okay, how do I even start this? About 6 or 7 months ago, me and my now partner were on a break, and I was single, and I was living my life in Toronto. I had a little apartment there, and around this time, I was going on a lot of dates with different men. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that whole time, honestly. I wasn't doing anything sexually with them because I don't feel comfortable doing that unless I really know a person. But I was going on lots of dates. There was a lot of going out for drinks and getting to know them and hanging out with them and cuddling and stuff like that. But there was never any I didn't ever want to do sexual things with them. Okay, so I was dating a few guys, but none of them were really. I didn't really have a click with a lot of them. I didn't really like them very much. So, okay. I am a person that I feel when I start to see a new guy or I start to date a person, I feel very drawn to them at first and oh my god, this guy is so amazing, and I tell all my friends about him, I swear this guy is different than all the other ones, and I feel every guy I see is like that. On the first date, I think, oh my god, this guy's so sweet, I could see myself being in a relationship with him. I don't even know. I think that when I'm dating, I kind of wear, what's that term, rose-colored glasses or something? Yeah. So, I meet this guy, and I think I met him off Tinder. It was either Tinder or Bumble or Hinge. I was using all the sites, so I don't even know. But we match, and, I was kind of, at the time, going for guys that were older, because I thought maybe if I go for a guy who's older, they would be more mature, and more, gentlemen. I don't even know. Someone who knows how to treat a woman, that was my thought, but I learned very quickly that age actually has nothing to do with that. Men who are in their 30s can be just as immature as men who are 18 or 19. So I learned that the hard way. Basically, I started going out with this guy, and the first time we met, we went for drinks. And he seemed really sweet. He was a teacher. He was an elementary school teacher. And I thought he was pretty good looking in his photos. He was 28 or 29, so he was older. I was 23, and I just turned 23. I thought he was perfect because I thought oh, he has his shit together, he's a teacher. But then I found out that he's still living with his parents, And I don't I don't know. I thought that was a little bit of a red flag, being like 29 and living with your parents still, even though like you have a full-time career as a teacher. I don't know. Maybe that's a little judgmental, but he was like Greek. Um, so he came from like a background, I think, where certain backgrounds they might stay with their parents for a bit longer. Like I think Italians, it's very typical for them to they can like live with their parents for a long time, and it's very normal. Um, but I don't know, like a lot of I think in more like Western society, like it's more ideal to like move out. I feel like that sounds really judgmental. Truth be told, if like the right person came along and they were a good person, I probably wouldn't care if they still lived with their parents. But anyway, I'm in a relationship and I love that person. So this guy, um, the first date we had, I really, really liked him. I thought it was like something out of a freaking like romance movie. We just hit it off really well, and we seemed to get along well, and like we seemed to have a similar sense of humor. And you know what? I learned from this that you cannot judge a person on the first date, because it can go really well, and then on like the second time you meet, it can just be a complete disaster. And that's what I learned. So yeah, maybe giving people a second chance is a good idea. I don't know. In this case, it wasn't. But anyway, I'm really bad at explaining things. This guy, so I really liked him. We hit it off. Um, he walked me home after like we were out for like 2 hours having drinks. He paid for everything. Um, his personality seemed really nice, and like it was just a really cute little first date, and he walked me home. It was wonderful, and I think we kissed, and he was like waiting for his Uber to go home, and we kissed, and I was like, okay, well, I'll see you. And yeah, I was like really excited to see him again, because I thought that it was really good. So that was the first date, and then we made plans to hang out again, and he asked me, like, do you want to come to a party? And do you have any friends that are single that we could do like a double date kind of thing? And I wanted my friend to come, but she couldn't, because apparently he had a friend that he thought we could all hang out. And I thought it was just gonna be like a chill, fun thing. I've been like on dates, I've gone to like parties with the guy, and it was really fun, and I had a great time. But this time was just weird, and I went by myself, and I don't think I ever want to do anything like this again. I made myself look all nice and everything, but at the party, everyone there was so, like, the vibe was just, like, very weird. Like, everyone seemed very well off. They were much older than me, like, some people in their 30s, and, like, there wasn't a lot of people that were my age, like, in their early 20s. It was all people who were, like, close to 30, and a lot of the girls there, I remember, were, like, so mean, and they were, like, pushing me to, like, get through, and they were wasted, and I just felt, like, so out of place there. It was really weird, because I only knew him, and it was really awkward, because he'd be, like, vibing with his friends, because he knew everyone, and he was, like, talking with everyone, and I'm kind of shy. Like, I was just, like, in the background. It was so weird. It's like, I will never want to do anything like that again, because he wasn't even trying to include me in the conversation of anything, and I was just, like, behind him, like, waiting for him to be done the conversation so we could, like, talk or do whatever. And he kept trying to kiss me and, like, making out with me, and it was so weird. It was just, I remember being so uncomfortable. And he was like, do you want to get out of here? And at this point, we were both a bit drunk. And I was like, yeah, like, I kind of want to go home. And this is where it got really weird. Um, so, I hated this night. Oh my god, this was like one of the worst nights. So basically, we started walking back to my place, but I was telling him, like, maybe you should call an Uber now, like, so that you can go home, and, because, like, I'm probably just gonna, like, get ready for bed and go to sleep. And I think he had work the next day, too, like, early in the morning, because he's a teacher, so he probably had to be at work for, like, 7 a.m., and it was already, like, 3 in the morning. Or maybe it was, like, midnight, I don't know. And he was like, no, like, I want to come, can I just come wait in your place for a little bit? And he kept, like, I don't even know, like, he was so manipulative. Like, he kept saying things that were sweet, and he just wanted to, like, hang out with me for a little while, and he had wine that he wanted to have with me. And I was just like, I'm such a pushover. And I ended up letting him come into my apartment. And he probably expected, like, I realize now he was probably not looking for something serious. Like, he probably just wanted to hook up with me and never talk to me again. I don't even know what his intentions were, but I don't do that at all. Like, I'm terrified of doing that. Does not make me feel comfortable at all. So I assume that that's what he was trying to do, and basically he, like, got right into my bed, and, like, he was like, come here, let's cuddle, let's watch a movie. And then he was, like, trying to hook up with me and, like, trying to just do things with me. And it was disgusting, and I told him, like, I'm not that kind of girl, like, I don't want to do that right now, like, I barely know you. Then I asked him, like, can you please, like, call an Uber? Can you please leave? And this is where it was getting really creepy, because he would not leave. He kept saying he would call an Uber and go, and he was not calling an Uber. He was not leaving, and he just kept, like, trying to stay and making excuses, like, oh, but my house is so far away, can I just sleep here? And then he'd keep trying to make advances at me. And I literally, like, left the room at one point, and I started crying because he was not leaving my apartment, and he just kept trying to touch me and saying gross things like, can you, like, at least give me a hand job and stuff like that, and can I, like, at least play with your boobs? Just, like, pushing and pushing my boundaries, and it was horrible. It was so horrible. I was so disgusted, and I ended up letting him just stay there. And then early in the morning, again, he tried to, like, I don't know why I even, like, let this happen. Like, I ended up, like, sleeping in the bed with him, and I should have just slept in a different room. I don't even know. I think I was really scared he was gonna steal my things. Like, because my computer and stuff was in there. I was scared he was gonna, like, steal stuff. So I wanted to, like, stay close to him. And looking back, I wish I had done things completely different. But he tried one last time to, like, touch me and, like, get me to do things with him. And I was like, no, like, you actually have to go. Like, get the fuck out. Like, call an Uber. Like, I started getting really mad. And he was like, okay, I guess I'll call an Uber. It's like, yeah, I think you should. And he eventually left. And then the next day, I didn't hear anything from him. The next day, he texted me saying something really weird and like offensive. Like, that was the shortest disc jockey career I've ever had, or something. And I looked up what that meant, and it's just really gross. Like, he clearly just wanted to use me and hook up with me, which is disgusting because I realized, like, when he was actually in my room, that this guy is, like, he looked so bad and, like, just so gross, so unhygienic, and just a nasty man mentally, and, like, just get out of my house. Um, just a mean, like, awful person who was trying to use me, and, um, it was actually, like, really scary because I thought he was, like, gonna hurt me. And I feel really stupid for ever allowing that situation to happen and letting him, like, into my place. It was really, really creepy. It was really fucked up. And it just shows that there's a lot of people out there that will just use you, and they only have one intention, and, like, they don't really care who you are as a person, and it's just really scary. And this is why I really don't enjoy dating. I mean, I like dating, but it can be really disappointing and really scary sometimes. So just be very careful. There's not a lot of people in the world that you can trust, and just take things very slow. Um, yeah, that was like the worst guy I ever like encountered on a date. It was very, very weird, and I just told him, "You're a really mean person. I'm a good person who just wants to get to know somebody genuinely and fall in love with somebody, and I wish you the best, but you're really mean for saying that." And I just blocked him, and I never heard from him again. But yeah, it's just like really scary. Um, there's some really disingenuous people out there, and I'm really happy I didn't like give in to him because he was being very pushy, and I still hate myself for like letting him into my apartment and letting him like manipulate me to get in there. Oh, and at one point he completely stripped down naked and was just laying in my bed completely naked, which was just I felt so violated. Like, put your clothes back on. It was fucked up. It was so fucked up. It was so fucked up. There was just some random guy with his bare naked butt in my bed, and he was trying to cuddle me, and it was so weird. I should have called the police. I should have called the fucking police on him. Anyway, yeah, that was the worst guy I have ever encountered. Well, one of them.